Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. I'm so glad you stopped by today because it's a super special video. This video is part of the Summer Wreathathon 2023. What does that mean? That means there's going to be a playlist full of amazing wreath makers, and I'm going to link that playlist in the description box below, and also I'm going to pin it to the comments so it's easier for you to find. Joining me for this wreathathon is my amazing friend and bestie, Kathy from My DIY, Dave from Dave's Wreath and Things, Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy, Lori from Lori Bly DIY, and Jenny from Jenny's Wreath Boutique. I'm so honored that these talented wreath makers have joined me, so don't forget to visit their channels, show them some love, subscribe, hit the like button, the bell, all of that good stuff. Today I have Louie with me and we're going to be using 21-inch decoupage. This one I got from the ladies at Trendy Tree. We're going to be using 18-inch wreath form and we're going to make a beautiful watermelon wreath. You ready, Louie? Let's get started. Here are the supplies that I'm going to use. For the base of the wreath, I'm going to be using this beautiful 21-inch by 10 yards in length decoupage, and it's a lovely lime color. Next, I'm going to be using some curls from this red decoupage and then also black and white, but I'm going to pair them every other. So red and white, red and black, red and white, red and black. That way the white will bring out the white in the sign and in our buffalo check ribbon, and the black will do the same because of the buffalo check and because of the lettering in our sign. The ribbon that I'm using is this watermelon on top of a buffalo check. It's 1.5 inch by 10 yards. It is wired and I got it from Craft Outlet along with this one, which is also wired 1.5 inches, and it comes in a 10-yard roll. You're going to need some pipe cleaners, some cutting tools. This watermelon sign that I got from Craft Outlet is metal. It's 12 inches in diameter and I think it's super cute. And of course the wreath form, it has 3 rows and it has 8 sections. I'm going to start by grabbing my pipe cleaners and attaching them to my wreath form. For the inside row, I'm going to attach it on rows 1 and 2, and I'm going to go on one side of this intersection bar and on the other side here, because the little bars stick out everywhere in the center, it's going to hook it and stay in place. After I got my tails together, I'm going to move it and I'm going to tie it right on row 1. Our connection is going to be on our innermost row. Going to do this going all the way around. The inner row is done. Let's do the outer row. I'm going to be connecting a pipe cleaners on rows 2 and 3. And I'm tying it in the middle of both rows. You can also hot glue this if you want, but I found that the pipe cleaners don't stick well to the metal. And don't forget that your poofs are going to be holding the pipe cleaners in place. Yeah, maybe they'll move a little bit because of everything that we're putting on this wreath. The curls, the ribbon, all the poofs. There's really going to be no room for the decoupage to move around too much. Now that our pipe cleaners are all on, let's go over how we're actually going to attach the decoupage. If I'm starting in the center right here in this pipe cleaner, I'm going to make 10-inch loops on the inside row going all the way around. Then I'm going to get my decoupage nice and flat and move it to the next pipe cleaner on the outside row. Here I'm going to be making 12-inch loops. You can possibly make them a little bit bigger, but my 12-inch loops are going to cover this outside and it's going to be beautiful and full. Once again, we're going to make 10-inch loops on the inside row and 12-inch loops on the outside row. To get started, I'm going to go in about 2.5 inches and collect my decoupage. Because this is such a long piece of decoupage, what I like to do is after I have it collected, I go around and make sure that it's all collected. It all looks good. Let's connect it to the inside row. Going to go on this pipe cleaner. 2 nice twists. Grabbing a zip tie, I'm going to zip tie it to the inside row, about 1 inch from the connection. Now I'm going to keep my tail nice and straight, and as you can see, I'm keeping it tight. I'm not keeping it loose. Nice and tight, and I'm going to get to 10 inches. That is my loop. Going to attach it to the next pipe cleaner. I have to admit, this Deco Mesh feels like it's good quality, because usually when you see me do this, I'm like just woo, and now it's hard because I think it's thick. It's a very good Deco Mesh. Last loop on the inside row, I'm going to attach right where we started. Because my pipe cleaners are loose on the outside row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie my Deco Mesh by the pipe cleaner, so we have a nice stable beginning on the outside row. After I zip tied it, I'm attaching it to the pipe cleaner. 2 tight twists, and this is what it looks like. I just did not want this pipe cleaner to be pulled towards the center, because I do want these loops on the outside to cover kind of this area right here, and that's where they should be. So I just zip tied it and then attached it to the pipe cleaner. Now I'm going to go up to 12 inches, and that is going to give us a beautiful poof, and enough from one poof to the other on the outside where we're going to fill this area in. So let me finish up and do all the loops on the outside. I'm on my last 12-inch loop, and what I like to do is cut it off before I attach it. It just makes it easier that way. I'm attaching that tail right on the outside row where we started, and then I'm going to grab another zip tie, and I like to do this from the back so you see what I'm doing. I'm going to zip tie it to the middle row, and this way I know the tail is secure. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all the poofs, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to bring the pipe cleaners up. The way I open up my loops is I grab a loop, then I find the seam that needs to be towards the inside, and I start pulling it and just opening it up as I have this hand on the inside holding the rest of it. That way you fully open it up. Same thing on the outside loops, grabbing the one that's supposed to be towards the inside and just pulling it apart. Everything is poofed out, and just look at all the coverage on this wreath base. Now we're going to get started on our curls and our ribbon bundles. Starting with the red Deco Mesh, this is the one that's going to be in every bundle, so I'm going to need 16 of these. Next, I'm going to need 8 pieces of the white Deco Mesh, and I'm cutting it at 10 inches in length, and 8 pieces of black Deco Mesh, also 10 inches in length. Now for the ribbon, I'm going to be cutting it into 12-inch strips, and we're going to need 16 of each ribbon. I zigzagged my 16 pieces. Now I'm just going to take the ends and cut out a little triangle so that we can get dovetails and separate our strips. Going to do the same thing with the watermelon ribbon, 12 inches in length. Zigzag it and cut the ends. Now it's time to make bundles and attach them to the wreath form. The ribbon is all cut up, 16 pieces each, and I have my curls on the side. I'm also going to be using this big clamp. It's going to help me hold the whole bundle together before I attach it to the wreath form. With my curls, I'm starting with red and black, and I'm curling so that my curl is about 1 inch in diameter. The clamp on, then my black one. Going to crisscross that. Now I'm going to grab 2 pieces of ribbon, fold them in half, find my center, and that I'm going to put right on top. And that's why the clamp is kind of helpful. Starting from the inside row, I'm going to attach, give it 2 large twists, and then I'm going to twist the pipe cleaner up, cutting about 1 inch from the actual connection. Then I'm going to fold in, fold back. Because our sign is going to be over here, my ribbon is going to be facing towards the outside. Moving on to red and white. Crisscross them. Find the center, right over and then attach it to the next pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to continue this pattern going all around the inner row and the outer row. Look at this, the ribbon is all on, but I did not open anything because I like to make sure the centerpiece is in place. And if you're going to cover the back is covered before I actually open up all the ribbon bundles. Now I'm grabbing my sign and then I'm going to take 2 pieces of floral wire. This sign has 2 holes, one on top, one at the bottom. So I'm just going to put my floral wire through, twist it in the back, same thing on the other side. And my wire is about 30 inches in length. I'm folding it in half because the white wire that I have is a little bit on the softer side. So I want to make sure that my sign stays in place. My floral wire is on, fold it towards the inside, and let's attach. Grabbing both sides to attach it on 2 sides of an intersection. Give it 1 twist and then see if you need to pull out any of the curls. I'm keeping the majority of the decoupage of the circle because you still need something to hold up the sign. Work it in place. And now it's time for my favorite part, and that is to start opening up that ribbon. Show off that beautiful watermelon ribbon, your curls, and just do that going all the way around. Oh my goodness, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this wreath. I thought everything turned out so big, poofy, beautiful. The sign in the middle just fit in beautifully, and I just liked it overall, and I really hope you did too, and I hope you learned some kind of a technique or something from this video. For more wreath tutorials, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell button so you are notified every time I post a wreath. With that being said, we did prepare 2 more videos for you to choose from. If you're in a mood to watch more wreath tutorials, go ahead and click on the one that kind of stands out to you. And we will see you in our next video. Right, Louie? Bye, guys. Mwah. Mwah.